here. Yo, listen, pump it in your system, pump it in your system. Everybody will get it poppin'. We gon' keep it rockin'.
Power 95, where music lives. The views expressed in the following program aren't necessarily those of Power 95. Ladies Room. Come see you compliments. Renwick Thompson and Company Limited. Agents for Western Union.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they're prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
I am the youth from G-Town. Hey, you anthem in tongue. Why yo? I hear it at all, they say rumbless. I hear it at all, they say rumbless. Rumbless, so we drinking it this weekend. Rumbless, so we partying this weekend. Walk in a straight line, stand up on one foot. Why yo? How much fingers are holding up? How much fingers are holding up? Walk in a straight line, why yo? Stand up on one foot. How much fingers are holding up? How much fingers are holding up? Jambalasi causing problems. Hey, I'm feeling to dance. I'm feeling to dance. Jambalasi starting problems. Hey, I'm feeling to dance. I'm feeling to dance. Well, who called the party started? Bring money rum from the casket. Me woman don't really like it, but tonight she have to bite it. I hear it at all, they say rumbless. I hear it at all, they say rumbless. Rumbless, so we drinking it this weekend.
And we're up and running one more time. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the room. The ladies' room on this Monday, May 15th. Yeah, we're getting ready for Carnival 2023. And from all indications, you're going to have a good one. Because, listen, the artists aren't playing. They're serious. It's down to business right now. Coming out, releasing them fast and furious. I, for one, I got no complaints. Part of a brand new rhythm, Rooney J in the background. Y'all know that one from back in the day from Moss International. Carnival is fun time. Moss? I think so. Anyways, one of them. So we good to go. Good morning, Jacqueline. You're up and running early. Welcome. Good morning, Jay Douglas Adams, Jay Labor, Janelle. Wow, 3 J's to kick things off this morning. Is that good luck or bad luck? I don't know. Do we need to go to the lottery office and get ourselves something along those lines? 3 J's in a row. Linda, good morning. Aisha, good morning. Morning. No, Janelle. My confusion, so I miss your name. Anyways, good morning, Shante, Valerie Ross. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning, Rita. Good morning, Terrence, aka Mr. John Strokes. Terrence, you're that man long stopping me in show Saturday to tell me what like when you're a score. He ain't in these past couple days. Me know what's going on. Maybe the old man stop give him credit. I realize he get low on the calling. But anyways. Morning, good morning, Onika. Morning time. Morning, Sonia. Listen, how I get a message, I saw us bring it just so I get it, I how I sell it. The man say like credit done. Like the man stop top you up. Thank you, Jackie. I thought the rose was purple or deep red. Anyway, good morning, Valina. Morning, Wendy. Shout out to all. Just getting on the blouse. Do you know they know what to do? Like, seriously. Come off my page. What am I looking for? Come off my page. Just getting on the blouse. Only button. I know what's going on. It was good a couple days ago. So, anyways. Morning, Glendolyn. Morning, Suzanne. Suzanne about puberty. Yo, I swear I can't stand y'all. I swear. I can't stand y'all. Morning, Maureen. Alexander, good morning. Kizzy, good morning. Morning, Derek. Y'all should have the live. I want to have a serious conversation, and I beg your indulgence and your input this morning. All right, let me get serious for once. I don't know these days. Every time I laugh these days, like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I need to check my eye specialist. Like, seriously, every time I laugh, it's like I start getting water coming from my eyes. I don't know why. Morning, Doobie. Hope you're as well. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. I most certainly did. Took in some nice, sweet reggae music. There was just a lot in celebration of the mothers this weekend. Of course, Ramos, good morning. We're getting ready for the next one. It's Father's Day. I ain't find hear no big show announced for Father's Day. Boy, there was a real treat them fathers on them like nothing, you know, boy. So what's up for the fathers? Some socks and underpants and tools to work harder. No big shows. Maybe a promoter could surprise us one here and just throw a big show for the fathers. It can't be that father. No, we have way too many good fathers in our midst to treat them and so. Let me have a nice conscious something for the fathers to free up and enjoy themselves. You know, some nice music. Just how we serenade and, you know, make sure the women are taken care of. Wendy says one of my tear duct is probably blocked. I need to check that out. Every time I laugh, seriously, like when I laugh, I always tear up, or always, I don't know why. Val says some of them getting 2 Spider-Man underpants. Spider-Man. I saved something to share. There is Cristal, nothing big though. Is it something big stadium kind of vibes? I don't think it's a stadium vibes. Maybe some small little venue. They always put them in some little venue, small venue for Father's Day. Oh boy, I just knew Sheena was gonna say something. Not enough good fathers to have a huge celebration, but the good ones do get their recognition. Yeah, listen. On Mother's Day, y'all is mother and father. On Father's Day, y'all still take over the People Day and still mothering and fathering. Happy Mother's Day for playing. Happy Father's Day to me for being for playing a good role, playing the father role or being a father to my y'all. Sometimes I think even God, Father, the Son, and sometimes even the Holy Spirit sometimes gets fed up with us, I swear. Y'all claim the whole of Mother's Day, and on Father's Day, y'all still take over the day. And happy Father's Day to me for playing the role of a father. Y'all can't even give nobody nothing, like... Y'all be doing too much, I swear. I need to put on my glasses. I don't know the glare of the lights or whatever. Let's do something special. Let's encourage, you know, more responsible fathers. We have a... It's just that sometimes the noise is louder for the deadbeats, those who don't play a role or make their contribution in the children's lives. But I don't think there is more deadbeats than there are fathers who are ever present. I know some amazing dads, you know, but the noise just seems to be louder for the delinquent ones, for the deadbeat ones. Make it seem like, you know, the good ones aren't doing their part and they don't deserve recognition. So for those of you who are blessed to have your children, blessed to have good fathers for your children, y'all need to speak up some more, you know, raise them up some more, applaud them some more, put them out there some more, because it seems as though, you know, all the bad ones, the good ones, they get a rap for the bad ones, and that's not good enough, you know. Just do something better than socks on the pants and some tools or something that requires them working on the day. Let them have the day, because I went through my timeline yesterday and I noticed they kind of let the mothers have their day. Even see no father jump up and say Happy Mother's Day to me for playing the role of a mother. Even if there are situations where there are single fathers, it's not always mothers who are single mothers. There are women who want nothing to do with their children, drop them off and they're out living their best life and the father is doing everything. I didn't see any of them yesterday saying Happy Father's Day to me, Happy Mother's Day for playing the role. No. So when the day come along, give them the day. As much as you want to bash them, we have 364 other days of the year to do that. Not one little day. Then some of these fathers think that giving the mother a little change every now and then for the child is being a father. No, it's not. It's not. It requires being involved, being ever present, playing a part, not just dropping off some change to buy something they need, but taking them out sometimes, bonding with them, telling them and showing them that they love them. It's funny because myself and my short friend was having a conversation, standing by the bank and and my daughter's last niece, her father passed, and I was like, "There's your father," and she was like, "Nope." And it made me kind of sad because he saw her and he continued walking, and I had to ask, how do you feel as a parent, as a man or woman, whatever, knowing that you have a child or children and you play absolutely no part in their lives, no involvement, you don't ask about them, you don't contribute to them, you see them, and how do you feel? You don't feel a twinge of guilt, you don't feel you don't feel nothing? Because the way that man passed, he just did this and he continued walking, and I looked at her and she looked at me, and even though you might think they're over it because they've been without them in their lives for so long, you still know, because I know her and I know she still will feel a type of way, that I don't have this kind of relationship. Y'all don't know what you're missing out on. Y'all honestly don't. You're missing out on a really good thing, especially when they excel. And that's the time when y'all want to run, come and claim, "Oh, that is no big daughter." No, I don't know you, sir. I don't know you. You can't get upset when you see children not wanting a relationship after years, and when they finally get old and they can't help themselves, now they want you because they want somebody to help them change their diaper and put their teeth in the cup next to them. They want that kind of help. So all of a sudden they're maybe, no, she don't know you, sir. You played no role whatsoever. You're contributing nothing to her being the young lady or the young man. So when you get old and they decide, you know what, I don't know you, I probably know a stepfather or stepmother, you can't get mad at them. If you didn't do anything, don't look out for anything later on down the road. Or when you hear, "Oh, that's my big daughter, she's this, she's doctor, she's this, that, or the other," you want to start, "Oh, no, that's not your child. You just contributed some sperm, and that is it. You gave up all rights. You made no contribution." And even if it's a case where, you and the mother or the other parent don't get along, but you could see you're still trying, regardless of how, the relationship is. Children get big. They don't stay 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10-year-old. They get bigger. So even after that, now when they're in a better position to understand what's going on and you could, communicate with them directly, you still don't. So what is your excuse? How do you all even sleep not knowing if your children have what they need, or if they ate today, or they're able to go to school the next day? You don't know nothing. The child is like a stranger to you. Listen, Glendolyn, you're doing the right thing. We seriously have to encourage our daughters and even sons to make good choices when they decide it's time to have children. Not everybody you sleep with deserve to have that title. We seriously need to have the conversation. And you're right, Glendolyn. When the time is right, about choosing the right person if and when she decides to start a family, a good father is important. A good man is important. And it's important to have that conversation with your young men and your young women. Not just anybody. And that is the thing. They will not take care of the ones they have, but you will see them involved with somebody else and taking care of another man's child and neglecting their own. I don't get it. Hey, Delroy, what up? Sheena says a lot of fathers and some mothers don't really love their children and they're in denial about it. I agree, because if what love is supposed to be and you're doing the opposite, you really don't. It's just like, you just do what you have to do. You feel, okay, I brought you here, so I owe you a shelter, I owe you food, so let me just do the bare, requirements and figure it out. As soon as you get older, get out of my way. It is sad. And then we wonder why we have so many broken men and women. It is a vicious cycle. It is a vicious cycle. And until we fix that part, we'll forever have broken men and broken women. Because everybody are fighting their own little demons from childhood and wondering, why wasn't I loved why didn't my mother or why didn't my father love me? So, it's a lot, but I hope one day we could get it together. Anyways, so, like I told you guys, right? Last week I've been following up on this CMR and Chrissy and the tale of the two side chicks story. For those who may not know, you may not be too... Did I share this? Hold on. Y'all just come and sit on the live and don't even share it. I don't get it. Y'all be so comfortable. Just come take their seat and don't even share. So yeah, I realize over the past week there's been a lot out in TikTok land and YouTube and to some extent Facebook about these people whose lives, they're vloggers, they put their family life out there, they record what they do, how they live, on a daily basis, and they put it out there so people get to know them. They're practically in your face every day, and you form this picture based on what you see of this perfect couple's goals. That's what you want in a relationship, yada yada yada. Until you get to find out that it isn't exactly what it looks like. We record and put these things out, but behind the scenes is a completely different case, as was discovered recently when this man was called out by two women. And mind you, that dude is what, 33, 34? And he was in a relationship, married, mind you, with an 18-year-old who's now 20. And another one. What's the other one? Age 22, 23? 18 years old. And he has a wife and 3 daughters of his own. Plus another one that his wife came into the relationship with. So 4 daughters. But he has a relationship with an 18-year-old who's now 20 for 2 years. And another one. So 2 of them decided to put his business out there, expose him basically on social media. So they started dashing receipts, videos of him and them in compromising situations and swapping spit and exchanging of texts and voice notes, and it's a mess. And the thing about it is, with everything else, there's going to be people for you and against you based on how people see you. If people don't like you, even though you're not wrong, even though you're in the right about something, they wouldn't like you and they'll find a way to make it your fault. Now, there are people who, for whatever reason, don't like the wife because according to them, she's hype and she's this and she's that. Why do people confuse confidence with being hype? You're sure of yourself, you dress well, you take care of yourself, you go about not looking crazy, you speak and, you hold your own, has her own business, makeup business and what have you. But they call it being hype. So for whatever reason, they don't like her. So there are people who are actually happy that this happened. I don't know why we're happy about somebody else's pain. But anyways, the thing that gets to me is, and popped up quite a number of times while I'm looking at these videos and I'm reading the comments. And I'm seeing a lot of women in particular saying to the wife, do not leave your husband for these women. Do not allow no young girl to take your place. And I'm like, So we're going to ignore the fact that this man, and I'm hearing there are others who are about to come out, this man has been having several relationships outside of his marriage. We're going to ignore that. We're going to ignore that one of them was as young as 18 years. We're going to ignore that he has 4 daughters. And you're going to say to a woman, do not let another woman win. Do not leave all that you've worked hard for and let another woman win. So basically you're saying, forget that you're stressed, forget that you're not going to have peace of mind in a hurry, forget that you've been embarrassed and disrespected, forget all of that. Just don't let them win. Stay and hold on to what you've got, but don't let them win. But what are you winning really? You're winning a cheating, disrespectful husband. You're winning stress. Girls that are almost worth your daughter out there making fun of you. The man having conversation, your husband having conversation with those little girls about you, saying that he's not happy at home. It's okay to go out there and do your business, but why involve the wife and have to, make her look, belittle her just to get whatever you're getting? And we're talking about a responsible, she's not out partying every night. She has a nice, successful business, takes care of their home. They just built a nice house. She's basically, running the home. She's not about running the streets out every night and snapping fingers and 40-inch waves and what have you. What exactly are you... why do we encourage... Why do we encourage women to stay in situations so when she can divorce him and get half, and more than half, because they have children together? And the laws favor women with children, especially if you're caught in those situations when he's in the wrong. She's getting more than half, plus he has to pay maintenance, he has to take care of his children, plus she might get spousal support. So we are encouraging women to stay in situations because you don't want the other woman to win. What are you winning? Stay and fight. What are you fighting for? Really? You fighting, and the man is fighting to be with other women as much as he can. Flying them all over the place. Having them driving him and his wife's vehicle. 18-year-old, homeboy in the back seat, playing shutter. And the 18-year-old driving the vehicle, his wife's vehicle, driving. And this man in the back, like a big bet, being recorded, and he's smiling and grinning like he won the prize. Driving up the lady vehicle, 18-year-old. Because everything is for the gram and for the book and for the top. So all these things are out there, and women are still under videos and lives saying to her, stay and fight for your husband, fight for your family. Don't leave it for them, this girl and them. What are you fighting for? Why should you have to fight? Why do we think love has to be hard? Why can't it be soft? I'm over the hard love stage. Anything I have to fight for? Hey, no thanks, you could have it, I'm good. We're in the soft love stage. And if a woman is doing well on her own, she has her businesses, taking care of her family, and could do it very well without somebody, Why encourage that person? It's not like a one-time thing and the person is, apologetic and, really trying hard to make amends. Back to back. And the thing that is crazy, right? When the first one came out in the early part of the year, was January, February, thereabouts. He went on this media rampage. He's going to counseling. That doesn't seem like that counseling lasted a week, but he went to counseling and, he's going to do right by his wife and going to do yada, yada, yada. And they came on together and she agreed to give him another chance. She's going to stick by her husband, who's singing the song? Tammy Wynette, stand by your man? Well, Miss agreed to stand by she man for whatever reason. Then, boom, next one came out. And what makes it disgusting is the fact that even while all of that was going on, he was still texting and seeing the 18, now 20-year-old one. So while you're apologizing and wanting to do counseling and therapy and all of that, and telling her you're going to change and, to make it work, you're still doing the BS with the 20-year-old. While giving said wife impression that things are going to be better from here on out, going to change, I'm going to make you proud of me, I'm going to be the perfect husband that you deserve, and you don't deserve what I've dished out to you, yada, yada, yada. Homeboy was still, as a matter of fact, was it? I think the 20-year-old showed some receipt showing he was in a hotel with her, like a week ago. And there are women saying to her, stay and fight. Fight for what? Ingrid, that are not... Listen, Ingrid, stop talking nonsense. Well, they are pranks. Those are not pranks. So if it is a prank, why did he apologize? Did the wife herself not come out and say that it's not a prank? When he didn't, the first young lady came out and said he told her to say it's a prank. And when he realized it was not working, the wife herself went live and said it is not a prank. Come on. There are pranks and there are pranks. They're known for doing pranks. But if you look at the time stamps on it, Ingrid, maybe you're not following it up. If you look at the time stamps and the dates, how could that be a prank for 2 years? The 18-year-old that is now 20, when you look at the time stamp on some of the messages, they met when she was 18 years old in a club. And if you look at the conversations and the time stamps don't lie. So you're saying from since 2 years ago, when she was 18, it's a prank until now. So the two of them sitting in the vehicle, swapping spit. If the two of them are in the vehicle, kissing, according to my friend, longing out tongue and all the 9 yards, that is a prank? You will go so far to prank, to do what? Because they're not getting anything. They're losing viewership, one. People are tuning out because they had them in their mind as this perfect couple, family dynamic to look up to. So if it's a prank and it's continuing this long and they're losing instead of gaining, make it make sense. We would love for it to be a prank. When it just came out, I was like, yeah, just another one of those pranks. But when you start seeing the time stamps and the receipts being thrown out, come on. Let common sense be more common. Think about it. It is not last week. It's not the week before. Look at the timestamps. You stupid people you're pranking. Did you listen to the full interview of the last little girl? That ain't no prank. That is not a prank. We would love for it to be a prank so we can go back onto putting them on a pedestal and being like, oh, perfect couple goals and family to look up to. That's why I keep saying to people, create your own goals and stop looking onto social media and to people posting the pictures. People always post the good things. You don't see the ugly sides of relationships and marriages. People post up what looks good, the nice pictures, and a nice family, well put together, homes well put together, and all of that. Stop looking to people, because just as you're human, you're prone to make mistakes, so are people. I don't know why we look at other people and think that things can't happen to them. And I said the same thing to a man last Saturday night. He was saying, I don't believe these things that you have in the room happens here. And I'm like, why do I have to constantly come here and say to people, because something isn't happening to you does not mean it can't happen to somebody else. What you won't do, somebody else would do, and vice versa. So stop. If you're seeing people maiming and chopping and killing and doing this and the other, what makes these things impossible? I don't get it. And it's not the first time. So for those of you who want to believe it's a prank, well, by all means, you continue believing that is a prank. But if you can't read between the lines and see differently, that's, well, I don't know what to tell you. It's a Guinness record for the longest prank ever. Ain't no prank. That's not no prank. No, that is the topic this morning, Val. We ain't bong away. We on track. I just wanted to find out, why is it we encourage people, you know, of people in relationships that are harmful, it's toxic, it's not going anywhere, but yet still you encourage them to stay and work it out, knowing fully well there are things that are just, it's irreparable. There's no getting past certain things. There's no fixing certain things. The damage is already done. The trust is eroded. It's broken. It's in pieces. It's shattered. But you're going to say to a woman, do not leave, because you're going to let the other woman win. Because you worked hard to build certain things. Material things, you can always get those. You can't put a price on peace of mind. I'm forever talking about peace of mind, that you cannot put a dollar sign or value on it. So when we encourage people, women or men or whoever it is, to stay because you're letting outside forces win. If you leave, you're letting them win. I'm not sure what exactly is the big price, but I wish somebody could enlighten me. I wish somebody could enlighten me as to what you really win when you're in a situation like that. You're publicly ridiculed. Your spouse is talking bad about you with other people, somebody who's supposed to be your biggest supporter, your biggest defender, who you can rely on to defend you in any situation, instead is bad mouthing you to other women just to get with them for 2 minutes. I'm not sure what you're winning. Blatant disrespect, open disrespect. 18-year-old and 21, 22, 23-year-olds. And people are saying that's a prank. Well, like I said, if that's a prank, they just won the title of Dumb and Dumber for the dumbest prank of the century. Because nobody's winning in this if it's a prank. Like I said, they're losing viewership. The image that people had of them, the perfect couple, you know, from humble beginnings, you know, leaving, you know, a Caribbean life, third world, to come into, you know, the big world and make it, you know, boy meets girl and fall in love, you know, that nice story that you saw, and building together, started renting and now have your own home and all of that. People bought into it. It actually gave people hope that, hey, if this had happened to this person, it could happen to me. Let me keep hope and love alive, you know? So you tuned in every time to see what's going on. And then they started with the little pranking and harmless little pranks that you could see through, that you knew it was a prank. But if this is for views, it's distasteful. I don't think it's a prank. There's just too much to call it a prank. There's just too much receipts. And like I said, looking at the time frame, dating back to 2 years. If it was a last week thing, could have gotten away with that prank thing. But the mistake he made He didn't bank on the first one, putting out everything. And here it is. Miss Lady even came out and had a credit card and of the gentleman. And the wife went live and said she doesn't even have a credit card of the gentleman. She has her own card. But here he is giving other women credit cards. And I think that hurt her as well. That she's working so hard for her own. And this man is here handing out credit cards. And she don't even like spend money like that. Brian says, when reality hits us in the face, we turn to denial. So although it's not us, the Christy CMR story is relatable. So many will say prank. It is true. I don't know how people could see all of this. It's like seeing it but believing something else. You know, some people are in just... I mean, I know it's possible to be in denial, but that level of denial that some people are in, it's crazy that you would present all these receipts of things and time frame and when it happened and how it happened, and people will still in their mind say it's a prank. Yes, like I said, when you put people up there, sometimes you don't want to, it kind of makes you feel that way because you know you've had them elevated for so long and you saw them as this, you know, living the American dream. But you have to see things for what it is. And then telling her to stay in it and fight for her husband when the husband is not even fighting for her. Here is a man telling other women he's not happy in his home. And both of them said this. He said the same thing to them, that he's not happy. So you're fighting to hold on to your family and your home, and your partner is out telling other people that he's not happy. Kizzy says, why is that side chicks get treated better? It's a very good question. They don't have to do much. The lady had credit card. The other one was driving their vehicle. Sean says that's just to rope you in. Most time it does not last long. Well, apparently the last one lasted 2 years. That's a long time if you ask me. And she even got pregnant, but it was how you call it, ectopic. How you call that pregnancy that is outside? Anyways, it didn't go full term. Ectopic or whatever you call it. It didn't go full term, and she bought her receipts as well. Ultrasound, date, time stamp again, and apparently she didn't get her way about something or some money, something. So decided to blow up his. Okay, I got it right. Yes, so decided to blow it up. She went live yesterday on Mother's Day, and I could see the hurt. So if anybody could say, who mother goes live by herself for hours on Mother's Day with the youngest baby? She was sitting by a lake by herself. Mother's Day is about you kicking back and your husband or your partner, children taking care of you, pampering you. If that wasn't a dead giveaway, yesterday was. Sitting by the lake with her little daughter. And y'all was listening to her voice, but I was looking at her eyes. Someone taught me when you want to know how someone truly feels, look in their eyes. And her eyes were like a hole. It was dead, no emotions, and usually she's bubbly and the life of, you know, the recordings, and you could feel her energy. And just listening to some of the songs she was playing. A lot of times people pay attention to what's being said, but I like paying attention to what's not being said. I was listening to her choice of songs, the song she was playing, and just looking at her face. I'm like, y'all can't see this isn't a prank like y'all are making it out to be. Who's sitting by themselves as a mother with a family, 3 other daughters and a husband, by yourself for hours? You're on a live with strangers on Mother's Day. I would understand if you were home and husband was there and everybody big family and she was by herself. That ain't no prank. She's embarrassed because when you put everything like you have this perfect world, your perfect family, like I said, living the American dream and then having it shattered publicly. Maybe if this was not brought to the public, they probably could have dealt with it differently or salvaged the relationship. But you can see they're trying, but I'm not sure how much longer they're going to keep trying for, because not one, not two, back to back. Like, talk about being sucker punched. Back to back, having to deal with that. And I saw someone post, stay tuned. Somebody else is ready to come forward. Somebody else says they're coming forward today or tomorrow or sometime with another one with receipts, another set of receipts. Boy, I don't know, man, but it's not even me, and I feel, a type of way. It's the things that you have to go through, in the name of love, and sometimes the things you have to give up. So I know she's in a rock and a hard place, wanting to keep up the marriage, married life, and because she's not even wearing her ring anymore. Took that off like when the news broke the first time she came alive. That ring been off. That ring has not even, normally when you wear your ring for so long, there's a lighter spot. That spot got dark already to match the rest. That's how long that ring been off. She's not even putting that back on. So y'all continue talking about prank. Anything can happen at any time. No matter how much you look up to people, might be your couple's goals, your this, that, or the other. We don't know what's happening behind closed doors. People show us what they want us to see. We're not privy to their lives like that. We're only privy to what they show us on camera, which is normally the best side, the pretty side of relationships. And then they still have the victim blaming, oh, he's cheating because the way she talked to him, and like, what? I still see people using that as an excuse. Oh, she talked to him this way and she does do him this, that, and the other. You're a grown man. You should be if you don't like it, you're supposed to be able to sit and have a conversation with your spouse and like, listen, yeah, no, we're doing these lies, but your energy is coming across like, I don't like the way you do this. Is it that you're running your house or you're running around your house? Pick a side. But to use that as an excuse for a man to venture out. So what about those who don't get talked to that way and they go out same speed? She's the man, she's wearing the pants in the relationship and this, that, or the other, so that's why he stepped out. And I'm like, wow. And I still see her getting attacked, and I'm like, but why? She's the victim in all of this. She didn't do anything. She was here playing wife role, doing her part, and then I'm seeing people going back and digging up her past. Oh, she did that to somebody. So I'm like, us humans, listen. People are actually trying to justify this, digging up all sorts of stories. Oh, she had child for a married man and she did this before and she did. Yo, we are special. We are, I swear, us humans, boy, when people don't like you, no matter what you do, right, you're wrong. Does not matter. They'll find a way to make it your fault. We pay too much attention to their social standings and status. The meat is the situation and how relatable it is. Therein lies a lesson for us all. And that is my takeaway as well, friends. It's nice seeing them together, and it's like, it's nice seeing, a black couple coming from third world country, and it's nice. But behind all of that, that is my takeaway. That is my lesson. That you can grandstand and you can put on a paint a perfect image as much as you want, but when you turn those cameras off, the reality that hits you, that is what I'm paying attention to. And not only that, having unprotected intercourse with these young women. I honestly feel for her. I honestly do. I honestly do. And again, I say to people, sometimes when I'm faced with situations like that, like with people I know and they ask me, I will never say to somebody up front, you leave. I always say to them, listen, at the end of the day, you do what's best for you. Forget everything else. Weigh the pros and the cons. How do you feel? Will you be okay living like this? Can you continue like this? Can you love and trust this person? Can you get back at least some semblance of normalcy? Do you see yourself getting there? Will you be able to trust this person? Is this the example you want to set for your daughters? That it's okay to accept anything because you don't want to lose a man or a husband or whatever the case might be. And whatever you choose to do, I'm going to support you either way. I'm not going to blame you, but I'm going to support you either way. But sometimes we have to stop telling people stay and fight. Stay and fight and work it out. Some situations, yes. Others, nah. Anyways, wasn't even looking at the time. It's time for me to go. I will see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place, for another show. Thank you so much, Western Union, and thanks everyone in the room. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Alrighty? Until then, stay powered up.